minute. So can I get you to put all your phones on silent for me, please, and turn them off? I promise you they are going to ring in this room. I don't know why, but they just always ring in this room. All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to all of you who've tuned in live this evening. Thank you for joining us here at DuePoint. We're going to spend about 30 or 40 minutes this evening discussing what we do at DuePoint. And I'm hoping that by the end of this evening, it's going to have been better than Puza Thursday. That's what I'm hoping for. Whatever you thought was going to be better tonight, this is going to be better for you tonight than anything else you could have done, I hope. That's going to be my objective this evening. To start with, ladies and gentlemen, DuePoint is a division of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. And that's important to note because DuePoint is a word you might not have heard of before. But it is in fact a division of a long-standing insurance company in South Africa. We were first founded in 1952. We're 68 years old this year, and we're homegrown South African. So this is not a foreign thing, and it hasn't blown in from overseas and going to take your money and blow it out. That's what we're used to in South Africa. That's not what we have here this evening. In fact, you can find Constantia's offices around the country, and you can always walk into this one, just one of our Joburg offices, Monday through Saturday, and you'll find us here. That's the difference between us and everything else you might have been involved in before. You have the opportunity 6 days a week to come through and actually see the people behind this business. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this evening I want to start by talking about where we came from, how we got to the idea of DuePoint, and then what we're doing with DuePoint here. About 3 or 4 years ago, in 2015, we started working on the DuePoint division. We were trying to solve a problem. At that time, we started to see that people were buying less and less of our products. As we explored that problem as to why they weren't buying our products, we discovered, as we probably should have known at the time, that it was a symptom of the economy of South Africa. Already in 2015, the South African economy had had 15 years of recession, of pressure on individuals who were earning less as costs continued to rise. In the last 5 years since our launch, we have seen that escalate to an unprecedented level. Last year, what did we see? 7 petrol price increases, and to just put the cherry on that petrol price increase cake, a VAT increase. Do you know when the last time VAT increased? It was in the 90s. That was the last time VAT in the 90s. And last year we had it on top of 7 petrol price increases. And we've had another petrol price increase since. And I understand there's another one coming of R1.20. R1.20 on the petrol price means that everything that we buy is going to increase by about 8 to 10%. Everything. Just overnight, everything will be 8 to 10% more expensive because all the delivery trucks and everything that requires fuel is going to be more expensive. None of us have got increases to match this increase in costs. Not since even the year 2000. Since 2000, our inflation in South Africa probably started around 6-7% per annum. So if you were getting a 6 or 7% increase, you were kind of just keeping up. But as we got into like 2007, 8, 9, 10, financial crisis, change in government, etc., we saw inflation on the ground rise up to what it was last year, around 23%. That means if you didn't get a 23% increase last year, you are now earning less than you were last year. You are effectively poorer than you were the year before. And in effect, most South Africans, and I'm talking 90% of us, have got poorer every year for the last 2 decades. The economists are already saying that what we could buy with our rands 20 years ago is more than what we can buy with our increased salaries 20 years later. This is crisis for us, and it is why, of course, South Africans are buying less, not only from Constantia, but from everything in the economy. How do we keep up with price increases when our income is not matching those increases? And so we discovered we had 2 problems we needed to solve. And to solve those 2 problems, we created what we call the DuePoint system. The DuePoint system was a system whereby we allowed any individual to come and contract with us here at DuePoint as a wealth engineer. As a wealth engineer, we're going to give you one task. It's not going to be selling. It's not going to be carrying around stock. It's not going to be paper application forms and presentations. No, we're going to give you one task. That one task is going to be a simple task of connecting the other 57 million South Africans to us using our technology. All we need for you to do is click your phone 3 times. If you're able to do that, you're able to connect someone to us here. By doing that, you create distribution for us, solving our first problem, increasing our revenue, and from that increased revenue, we're then able to solve the second problem, which is creating wealth for you. You see, we're not in the business of cash. Cash is what everybody who is surviving in South Africa wants. Whenever I talk to them, they want the cash. We run these things called monthly wealth quests. And in the monthly wealth quest, if you can complete it, you can get 5 grand or 10 grand, sometimes even 15 grand in cash. And we see people come in through our doors, get excited about the wealth quest, put a few people in, get the wealth quest, and then leave. But what we find is 6 months later, I see them walking around and I say, what's happening? They say, things are worse than they've ever been. Do you know why? Because cash just goes through your fingers like water, doesn't it? If I gave you 50,000 rand now, how long would it be before the 50,000 rand was gone? It just disappears. It doesn't change our life. And so we are not in the business of cash here at DuePoint. We're in the business of wealth. So what is wealth? Wealth is a recurring, steadfast, reliable income. One that comes in every month. Somebody said to me yesterday, it is value rather than rands. Because value is something that produces rands for you every month, even when you can't work on it. And that is exactly what we do. Sometimes you're going to be sick. Sometimes you're going to be on holiday. Sometimes you'll be overworked at your traditional jobs. That doesn't matter. In our system, the income keeps coming in because you are not selling pots and pans and toiletries and groceries and all of that here. Those things produce once-off cash. Here we use our financial services products. They run on automatic debit order systems, and you can have them for your entire life, which means that every month that passes, our automatic debit order system raises those payments and your income comes in. Whether you were here, whether you were talking to your friends, whether you were working with DuePoint or not, your income comes in. And for you, we have just created wealth. It is value that is there on a recurring basis. We have built the system for you to fit into the South African context. Everything that you see today comes from overseas, whether it's a cryptocurrency or an imported toiletry or a plastic bakkie. They're all coming in from overseas. They do not understand the South African context, but we do. This is a homegrown South African company, and therefore we built it knowing what our circumstances are. There's 10 things I always say to my guys you're going to be faced with when you talk to a South African. The number one is, and it was the one you told everybody that brought you here tonight or linked you to the live stream, I don't have time for this. I'm too busy. Am I right? That's what you said to them, isn't it? Yeah. Congratulations. That's now a citizen requirement to be a South African. I think it's on the form. When you want to become a South African citizen, on the form it says, are you too busy? Yes. Congratulations. You're a South African. Folks, all of us are massively busy. But we're massively busy at getting poorer. That's the reality. And so it doesn't matter how important you are, whether you work for government or whether you work as the CEO, you're getting poorer every year. And therefore, we need to make a critical shift in the direction of our wealth creation to something that makes us wealthier for the time we are spending. Otherwise, you will continue to waste your time on something that makes you poorer. People have said to me, no, but Brendan, my job gives me security. Really? Every month you're poorer. Is that security? That means at some point, you'll be so poor your job will no longer offer you security. What about the fact that every month there are less and less jobs? We're all standing in the unemployment queue. All of us. Tomorrow, you could go back to your job. It's Friday. You know Friday is hiring and firing day. You know that. I don't want to like cause you not to sleep tonight, but I'm telling you, Fridays is when you fire people or retrench them, because it means you've got 2 days before you have to face them again. Okay? So every boss will tell you, Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock, you bring everyone in to be retrenched or fired or disciplined or whatever it is. Tomorrow could be the day that your secure job is gone. Now here at DuePoint, we're never going to ask you to quit your job, but we do ask for that mindset shift, where you go, I can't continue to waste all my time on something that is actually unsecure and making me poorer. I need to start siphoning off some time, some of my precious time, into creating wealth for ourselves. In our system, we cater for that. We cater for your lack of time. Our system allows you to leverage others 24 hours a day to create wealth for you even as you are sleeping. We call these teams, channels, that will be produced and will build out your platform of distribution with us. And our system will do it for you most of the time automatically. This system you get use of at no cost. This evening, we're not going to ask you for money. We're trying to solve the problem of people not having money. This is the only presentation you're ever going to go to where we're not going to ask you for money. You really need to relish this evening. You need to really savor it, because you know that every other presentation you've been to, the first thing they said to you is, you need to buy this box of goodies. You need to give us this money. You need to deposit into these magical coins on a computer somewhere. You know, you've always been asked for money. At DuePoint, we don't ask you. You can use the system at absolutely no cost. No cost tonight, no monthly cost, no application form fees, no cost for training. You get world-class training in this business, better than you'll get anywhere else. You're not going to pay a cent for it. By simply being a DuePoint product owner, you get automatic use of our offices, our staff, our technology, even our coffee and our free Wi-Fi 6 days a week. 6 days a week. You can walk in here at 8 o'clock in the morning. You have got all of this at no cost to you today. In addition, because you're not going to be selling anything. What a relief. Some people still want to sell. They come to me afterwards and go, no, I want to sell your products. No. At DuePoint, we're not asking you to sell, because you're not selling. You're not intermediaries, you're not brokers, you're not advertisers, you're not marketers, you're not anything. What you do is you connect people to us. And by connecting people, it means that everybody in South Africa is able to become a wealth engineer. Everybody, no matter their circumstance or education or experience. And everybody is able to build a proper real asset here. A real asset is something that pays you every month, whether you can work on it or not. A real asset is something you can price and sell, which is what you can do with your channels at DuePoint. And a real asset is something you can hand over to your children. The income and the channel you build at DuePoint will automatically hand over to your children when you pass away one day. So instead of leaving behind for them debt, which is what all of us are going to do, Rob, the other presenter, always says, at best we leave them a zero bank balance. That's the best we leave them. Okay? And generally it's a minus bank balance. Now, we leave them something they can take and build further, and even if they choose not to, we'll produce an income for them every single month. We're an intergenerational insurance company, 70 years old. We don't think about just now. We're thinking about how do we create an economic solution for South Africa. South Africa is not just us. It is the generations to come. And with this business, you will be able to hand that channel over generation after generation. Nothing in South Africa today, and this is a factual statement, nothing in South Africa today offers this to the average South African. Nothing. None of the Facebook posts you've seen, none of the cryptocurrencies, none of it offers you an intergenerational asset and income that can be handed down in the South African context by South Africans. We have built the system to be totally convenient for you. There are no presentations you're going to have to do. There's no stock you're going to have to carry around with you. I mentioned a couple of weeks ago we had a lady in here with bags of groceries from the other things she does, that she then had to run after this presentation to all those people to deliver the stuff to folks. No, that's 1990s. Nobody wants to do that. It's 2019. Right now, it all happens right here, instantaneously, perfectly, 24 hours a day, anywhere in South Africa. The system is absolutely convenient for you. And by connecting individuals to us, our technology starts to allocate these individuals to you as you connect them. And your platform of distribution for us starts to grow. And as these people connect people, they're allocated to you, and so on and so on. As your platform of distribution spreads out, your channel spreads out across the country. This is a nationwide business. We then come along as DuePoint, not you. We come along as DuePoint, and we facilitate the purchase of our products throughout this channel you've created, and your wealth is born. We then distribute that wealth to you in two ways. The first is through our returns program. We pay you R27.50 for every product payment in your channel every month that it is paid, multiplied by a factor of where in your channel that payment was made. So, for instance, you're going to go out, you're going to chat to some friends this evening. Some will become wealth engineers. Our system will allocate them to you. They'll make their product payments, and you're going to get R27.50 multiplied by 200%. Point one is you connecting them. That means R55 every month going forward for every product payment. So now some people say to me, yeah, but for my groceries, I get R400. And I go, yes, you get it only on delivery. And then you have to run back to your friends again next month and beg them to buy the groceries again. It's not, and if you're sick or you can't work, you get nothing. You get nothing. No, we here pay 55 Rand every month going forward. You connect the individual to us once, and you never have to go back to them. You never have to go back to them. Every month thereafter, it's 55 Rand per product. No amount of money you can get up front will ever equal an annuity of 55 Rand every month. Now, you're also put back in control. That's what we're trying to get South Africans back into control of their income. If this person takes 2 products, you get 110 Rand. If they take 3 products, you get 165 Rand. If they take 4 products, you get 220 Rand. So this single connection has resulted in a multiple of income for you that you can create. These folk go out, they go and connect a few more people. They're allocated to you by our technology. And again, you get 27 Rand 50 multiplied by 200%, 55 Rand. In this example, a handful of connections has now earned you 1,000 Rand a month. It's 1,000 Rand a month. You've hardly done anything, and you're earning 1,000 Rand a month. You can go and do all the effort of fetching groceries and carrying them around and having them tell you that the FD's in China and so they can't deliver and da-da-da-da. Or using our phone, you can connect a handful of people and earn 12,000 Rand a year with us. 12,000 Rand a year. But you don't want 12,000 Rand a year. You want more. You want more than 1,000 Rand a month. If we're going to survive in South Africa, we need more. So we connect more people, and we connect more people, and we connect more people. And as we do it, our channel grows, and you continue to earn on a diminishing basis to the 8th point, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. From the 8th point on, you're always getting 4% of 27 Rand 50 as long as you qualify to earn. It means you can build a 50-point big channel and earn on the whole thing. You can hand it over to your children. They can build it to 100 points and earn on the whole thing. We have all sorts of training videos on this. This is the simplest system in the country. And what it means is that there's no limitation to your potential. You might say, I need 50,000 Rand a month. No problem. We can do that. It's no problem at all. You might say, I want 500,000 Rand a month. That's fine. Our system will build whatever wealth you require. It requires just 2 things from you: time and numbers. We need both ingredients if we're going to calculate your path to success here. If we're going to calculate your wealth, you've got to put 2 things in. You can't bring me 1,000 people, put them in this room on one day and expect to be wealthy. I promise you, they'll come in and they'll wash out. That's sort of like a wave. In and out they'll go. But you also can't spend the next 5 years here with us and bring no one. No connection. Because then you own nothing too. What you've got to do is you've got to consistently bring people over time, and then we can start building wealth for you. Those 2 ingredients happen to be the same ingredients for any successful business. No business succeeds in 5 minutes, and no business succeeds without effort. You've got to put time and numbers into anything you want to succeed with in life. But here, because this is not new, we've been around for years, I can calculate pretty accurately what you can expect to earn here at DuePoint if you put time and numbers in. I can tell you with 100% accuracy how much you'll earn if you do none of those. 0. That's my only guarantee. I will guarantee you 0 earnings if you do nothing. But if you put time and numbers in, we can start calculating what you can expect to earn. We use a simple growth rate formula here called 3 + 2. You can grow at any rate you like, but I want to show you this example tonight. 3 + 2 says, in your first month with us, you are responsible for putting just 3 people into your channel. 3 in a month. Now, if any of you have ever done any kind of selling or networking or anything, you'll know that 3 people is usually what you do before lunch in the morning. But we'll give you a whole month. We say just in an entire month, you've got to connect 3 people. Now, as I said, it takes you 3 clicks on your phone to connect them. You don't have to come back to this office. Everything is in here. That means you have to click your phone 9 times. Can you click your phone 9 times? Because I'm pretty sure you can. If you can do 3 people in your first month, and then plus 2 people every month thereafter. 1 person every 15 days. Do you see how this fits into the I'm too busy? Do you see how it fits in? Doesn't matter if you're too busy. You can connect 2 people in a month. But you need to then do that every month. Plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. 2 people every month that you personally connect to your channel. If you're able to do that consistently over time, and you do it in December when you're on holiday, and you do it in Easter now when you're on holiday, you still connect your 2 people. My suggestion is always connect the 2 people on the 1st of December, then you can take the rest of the month off. Okay? Get your 2 people connected. If you do that over time, then after 6 months, you can reasonably expect to be on around 2,500 Rand a month. You've hardly been doing anything. You've been connecting 2 people. That's all. And you're on 2,500 Rand a month with us. That's 30,000 Rand a year. Now, I know all your things on Facebook and WhatsApp tell you you're going to be rich in 90 days. I know that. I've seen them all. I love the pictures. It's always black with gold and boats and girls and money and cars and houses. I've seen all of them. I've seen them all, and there's normally a prophet up in the corner and a something else, and it's from America, and it's from Thailand, and and we fall for it. And you just got to buy our product, 2,500 Rand a month. That's what they say. Now what they say is then you'll be rich in 90 days. Anyone here know someone who got rich in 3 months and actually is still rich? Because they might have been telling you they were rich, but they still lived where they lived. They still drove the same car or none. And now suddenly, now that thing's collapsed, now they've got no money again. Okay. Do we know anyone who's got rich in 90 days? No. But what we have said is, you're busy. You don't have time. Connect 2 people a month for 6 months, and we'll pay you every month thereafter 2,500 Rand a month. 30,000 Rand a year. 30,000 Rand a year. That's what wealth is versus cash. Now, if you keep going, you've got to connect them, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2 for a year with us. If you can keep connecting, and you have to do it, not the people you put in, you have to connect those 2. Then after a year, with all of our mathematics built in, we know that you can reasonably expect to now be on about 9,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. You might think that this is just kind of like a hopeful calculation. This is not. We have done this for years. We have many people that have gone way past this and behind it and in the middle of it. I know what you're going to earn if you put the time and numbers in. 1 year with DuePoint, you can be on 10,000 Rand a month. Very few of us are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise this year, are we? Very few of us are going to get a 10,000 Rand raise. But you can engineer your own 10,000 Rand raise. One that you can't get fired from, one that you can't get retrenched from, and one that you had control of from the beginning. And what did you have to do? 3 people in your first month, 2 people every month thereafter. When they started laughing at you, because they said it's another one of those things that's never going to last, and we don't like the products, and da-da-da-da, you can't quit. Because if you quit at any one of these stages, you don't get to get the 10,000 Rand. But if you keep going, 57 million people, if the first 10 laugh at you, there's still another 56 point something million people to go. Just keep going. Just keep going. And keep going and keep connecting. If you do that for 2 years, the 10 becomes 27 to 30,000 Rand a month. That's 360,000 Rand a year. And you're now in the top third of earners in the country, according to SARS. You've done it in 2 years. How many of you have got to 30,000 Rand a month in your entire working careers? No, but we've got people that have got to 30,000 Rand in their first 18 months. You see, it just comes down to time and numbers. People are going to fail to pay for their products. They're going to lapse. They're going to call in and cancel. Does that stop you? All we're asking you to do is to keep connecting. I didn't tell you your responsibility is to ensure that they pay or to ensure that they never cancel. No, we built all of that into our calculation already. I know how many people are going to cancel and how many are going to lapse and how many are not going to pay and how many are going to laugh at you. I know that, so it's built in. If you keep going for 2 years, 27 to 30,000 Rand. If you do it for 3 years, you're up to 40,000 Rand a month. If you do it for 4 years, you're up to 60,000 Rand a month. And if you can do it for 5 years, time and numbers, not just numbers, time and numbers. 5 years, ladies and gentlemen, you can reasonably expect to be on about 80 to 100,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. You're now in the top 0.5% of earners in the country. It did not take you 5 minutes. And this is where we are so bad as South Africans. The moment I start saying 5 years, people go, oh, no, that's too long. I need 90 days. My WhatsApp here says 90 days. And yet you know that no one has ever got rich in 90 days. But what you do know is that people have got wealthy over time. We've got plenty examples of those that we can find. Why would you be unwilling to put 5 years in if you knew it would create a lifetime intergenerational wealth for you and your family? Why would you be unwilling to put the 5 years in? What would stop you? What would hold you back? How many years have you committed to your employer? Every year for the last 20 years, you've been getting poorer, according to the economists. But you haven't quit that job yet. No. But here I'll say, give me 5 years, and you'll go, no, it's too long. Why? Why would it be too long? Imagine if your employer said, give me 5 years and I'll put you on 100,000 Rand a month. Would you put 5 years into your employer? Hell yes. 5 years and he guaranteed you, do 5 years, I'll put you on 100,000 Rand a month. You would stick it out, wouldn't you? Come hell or high water. You wouldn't care if people laughed at you, people didn't buy, people didn't pay. You wouldn't care because you knew that 5 years down you'd be on 100,000 Rand a month. Well, here at DuePoint, we say that mathematically speaking and on average and given our years of experience, if you just commit to the task of connecting people to us for 5 years, you have the opportunity of being the top 0.5% of earners in the country. and not once off when you sell the groceries, but you will have created an annuity of income that comes in every single month thereafter. Who will commit to it? Well, we ask that question every month, and we pull wealth engineers up from around the country. I repeat again, this is a nationwide business, and we put them up. Some people doing well, some badly, some in between. We show you everything. We don't have to hide anything here, but we like the stories. We like putting the people up who've got real stories of endurance and stories of changes in circumstances. In this last month, we put Lekotla up. He's got an incredible story. It's on our YouTube channel. You can go and watch it. He's from the Free State. He's never been to this office. Never. In the year and 5 months that he's been with us, he's never been to this office because you don't have to. Everything is on his phone. He's busy. He's got a family to run, a job to fulfill. He's got this he does as a hobby on the sides. Heard about us. Oh, I just click to join people. Sure, every now and then he'll click and join somebody in. And over a year of having this and doing this as a hobby, he now has earned 13,000 Rand from DuePoint. 13,000 Rand on the side income. On the side income. We then had Eugenie and Fred Val up on the stage with us last week or so, and we asked them to tell us their story because they've got a crazy story. They've been with us for 2 years. In those 2 years, Fred's had a stroke and a heart attack. He's now in a wheelchair. So for those of you who say, I can't do this because I'm too busy, but you've got all your faculties, all your energy, and all the capability in the world, how come this guy can do it? Then we had Eugenie. Eugenie having to look after her husband, having a stroke and a heart attack in 24 months, got sick, and spent 8 months in bed. So that's both partners in this partnership out of commission for the best part of half of this time. And throughout that entire time, they've earned 30,000 Rand from DuePoint. What's it like when you're lying in hospital, but you know 3,000 Rand a month is coming in? It's coming in. 8 months in hospital, and that 3 grand just comes in and comes in and comes in. What does that mean to you? You're fired and lost your job, but every month DuePoint pays you. Comes in and comes in while you're looking for another job. What does that mean? How does that change? The value of wealth versus the value of once-off cash is significant. But we haven't just got people that have earned just a little bit. We've got people that are earning plenty. Go to our YouTube channel and you can go see the stories. Hundreds of stories on our YouTube channel. People earning a couple of hundred rands, 10,000, 15, 30, 60, 80, 100, 175,000. How much do you want to earn? We have all of them here at DuePoint. It's your decision. How many connections will you make of the 57 million? I always love Donnie's sitting here with us tonight. He always says to people, he says, listen, you can join tonight, and then everybody that we go and connect will be part of your team. Or you don't have to join tonight. I know all your friends. I'm going to connect them into my channel, and you'll never earn from them. We have this opportunity to create wealth. You're either doing it, or someone else is going to do it. It's either you, or it's someone else. But we are getting to every single South African. Without technology, we're broadcasting right now across the country. There are potentially thousands of people watching this right now. Every presentation, every day, the whole country is watching DuePoint. We are getting to every South African. They can be your connections. They can put you in this position. It's up to you what you do with us here at DuePoint. The second way that we create wealth for you is through our XP Rewards program. Our XP Rewards program not only creates wealth for you, but it teaches you. In South Africa today, we are all undereducated. We are. We don't have business experience. Our XP Rewards program will teach you personal finance. It'll teach you how to become a social entrepreneur. It will teach you how to create wealth. And as you learn and participate in the program, it gives you XP points. XP points accumulate. These are experience points. They accumulate. You can't lose them. I can't take your experience away. And as they accumulate and your channel grows, we rank you up in our training program. And as you rank up, we reward you with cash. More cash on every rank. And then as you hit rank 5, we give you a lightning memory stick. It's from America. It's filled with everything you need to connect South Africans to us and grow your wealth. Then at rank 7, we give you a 20,000 Rand set of business cards. Imported, gold gilded, not ink, gold gilded, and custom made just for you. So that when you hand people a card from a 20,000 Rand set, they connect to DuePoint. And then at rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size with us, every year that you maintain your channel size with us, we will take you and your family away on a 5-star trip, all expenses paid, business class, for the rest of your life. As long as you maintain your channel size with us, for the rest of your life, we'll take you away. Now, this is not like one of those trips you've seen on those WhatsApps with the black and the gold and all of that, where it's like an MSC cruise to the Portuguese islands. You know, one of those, and it says, no, we only pay for the basic meal. What is the basic meal? It's bread and water, isn't it? Yeah, it's bread and water, maybe some Coke. Here, 5-star business class, all expenses paid. And also, the picture you've seen on WhatsApp is a promise. What we have here is delivered. We have been going year after year after year with our rank 9s. I don't have to show you pictures from the internet. We show you real footage of our rank 9s traveling with us every year. Not by themselves and they have to pay for their spouse and their children, with their families. The children you'll see tonight are the children of the rank 9s in this business. We have already booked the hotel for the end of this year. We know where we're going. And we're waiting now for those of you who are going to join us. And there will be. Every year, there are new ranked 9s that join us. But what you'll notice as well is the consistency of faces, because we take you every year. You don't requalify every year. When you hit rank 9, as long as you maintain your channel size, you come with us every year. This is not one of those things where you have to keep qualifying and keep selling the groceries and selling the groceries. Every year, once you are rank 9, you come away with us on trips that look like this. We are going at the end of this year. We're going with new wealth engineers who are new rank 9s, and we're going with the old rank 9s as well. And the question is, who's going to join us there? There's plenty of time. I mean, it can take you any range of time to come with us on the rank 9. It's not a competition. There's no cut-off. People say to me, when do you got to do it by? Well, you do it by when you do it. Some people get there quickly. This chap got there in 5 months. Some people get there slowly. Some people have taken as long as 3 years to get there. But again, I ask you, if your boss came to you and said, work for me for 3 years and I'll take you and your family away on a 5-star business class, all expenses paid trip for the rest of your life, would you work for them for 3 years? Absolutely. So when I say to you, look, it could potentially take you 3 years to get to rank 9, why do you say, no, that's too long? Where's the difference? I don't understand the difference because the outcome is the same. But you can get there faster. It's up to you. How fast you connect people, how fast you engage with our training program will dictate how fast you rank up in our program. At rank 11, we're going to give you another useful tool. It's going to be your own car. It's not branded, it's not financed, it's not rented. It is in your name, it is your car. It's your car. Because it is what you will use to build your freedom. And it is not a promise, it is already delivered. It is already delivered. You are not dealing with something from overseas making false promises. You are dealing with something that is already delivered year after year on its promises. That's 11 of our 28 ranks. It's the first third. What's in the second 2/3? Well, you'll have to find out. We create this wealth off of the back of our products, ladies and gentlemen. We have 4 products. Our first is our Access Wealth Plan. It's 324 Rand a month. And for the 324 Rand, you get 2 independent products. Your very own tax-free investment account and 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident cover. We take 100 Rand of your 324 every month and we put it into your investment account so that every month you are growing an asset with us. Our next product is our Wealth Guard product. It's 249 Rand a month. For that, you get 1 million Rands worth of personal accident cover, no waiting periods, no maximum age limits, no medical examinations or declarations. Every South African of every age, of every circumstance, can be a wealth engineer in our system. And then our third product is our Family Wealth Funeral Plan. It gives you 2 benefits. Firstly, funeral cover. You can pick between 20 or 30,000 Rands worth of cover, and whether you want 5 or 10 family members on your plan. The principal member of the policy also gets 10,000 Rands worth of outstanding debt cover, so that when they pass away, we settle 10,000 Rands worth of their debt so that their children don't have to. And then our fourth product is our Wealth Points Buyers Club. It's $2.99 a month to be a member. As a member, you get access to our service providers. All of them giving us discounts, vouchers, VIP services, account managers, all of those things you couldn't get as an individual, you now have access to through our Wealth Points Buyers Club program. We tackle wealth on 2 fronts. There's 3 rules to the creation of wealth. One is we earn from multiple streams of income. We tick that box. And the other one is spend less than you earn. This product allows you to do that. Every one of our products has a training video on it and a review video on it. Go watch them. And you will know in detail what our products entail. You can find it on our website or our YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, in 2019, we have a very, very special challenge that we have laid down to South Africans. South Africans, we know, battle with the concept of putting 5 years into anything. And so we decided we would design a challenge that would say, in the next year, you have the potential at DuePoint to completely and permanently change your circumstances. Our 365 challenge says to you, in 365 days, can you connect 365 people to your channel? If you're able to do that successfully, in the 365 days from the day you become a wealth engineer, so not from the 1st of January. Now, when you become a wealth engineer, the clock starts for you. If you can do it in 365 days, then at the end of that 365 days, we will give you a check for 365,000 Rand. In addition, your channel will have grown. There's no chance you could put 365 people through this presentation and they don't grow. We know what the mathematics is around that. And using that mathematics very conservatively, we believe that your channel will have grown past rank 9, which means that in the next year, you'll go rank 9 and join us on our rank 9 trip. It'll also have grown past rank 11, which means that in the next year, maybe for the first time in your life, you are very likely to get your very own brand new car. But more importantly than all of that, ladies and gentlemen, remember we're in the business of wealth here. That's our number 1 criteria, not cars and holidays. It's wealth. This channel of yours will be worth, we estimate, somewhere between 40 and 50,000 Rand a month to you. What did you have to do? You had to connect 365 people to us out of 57 million in an entire year. You got a whole year to go and find 365 people. We got people at DuePoint that'll connect 80 in 1 month. So we know that 365 in a year is doable. And it is doable by anyone who goes, you know what? I'm tired of my circumstances. It's time now to make a change. That challenge is out to you. For those of you who do take up that challenge, by the end of your year with us here at DuePoint, you'll be the equivalent of R1.25 million richer. When you decide not to do DuePoint, when you decide not to do it, you need to have understood the cost of that decision. Because nothing in South Africa today is creating wealth. Nothing. I've challenged people, presentation after presentation, to come to me and show me something that's creating wealth for South Africans. No one has been able to do it. Not with control and not with certainty, and certainly not with the credibility that we come with. Right here, right now, you are faced with what is, we think, the only option in the country to create wealth for yourself. And if you choose not to do it, make sure you understand the cost of that decision. To help you along your way with 365, we run monthly wealth quests. I told you about them a little bit earlier. This month's wealth quest is our Young Guns Challenge. We're asking wealth engineers to go out and to find 2 people under the age of 30 and turn them into wealth engineers. Connect them to us. These 2 people must go out and find 3 people each. They can be of any age. So you're looking for 8 people in total. If you can find these people, turn them into wealth engineers this month and have them paid by the end of the month, then you have the choice of an additional 5,000 rands worth of rewards to be added to your returns and rewards, or your very own Apple iPhone. You can choose which one you want if you're able to find these people. Again, these are not promises, they're already delivered. So this evening, ladies and gentlemen, if you wish to become a wealth engineer, it's very simple. Go to our website, DuePoint.net, read the pages, do the research, whatever makes you comfortable, watch the videos, and then click the Join and Apply button. Fill out the form. It'll take you less than 3 minutes to fill the form out, and you will be a wealth engineer this evening without a single cent having left your pockets. Without a single cent. And this evening, you can commence creating wealth for yourself. You don't have to wait for first payment or not. Tonight, you can start connecting people through our technology. Download our app, log in, and get started tonight in creating wealth for yourself. Those of you who want to do research, go for it. Go to the JSC's website, look us up under Conduit Capital. Go to Constantia's website, go and look at our financial statements. We're a public listed company. Go and see what our directors earn. Go and see what our BEE status is, if that's what, blows your hair back. Whatever. Go and do the research you need to do. Go to the FSCA's website. Go and find our licenses, long-term, short-term, medical, and our FSP, financial services providers licenses. They're all there. Go and do the research. But before you say no thanks, make sure you have understood the cost of that decision this evening. This is a nationwide business, and every couple of months we're in a new spot around the country. We are, of course, everywhere 24 hours a day, but me physically can only be in one spot all the time. And so every couple of months we go down and we run a small conference in each of the major centers around the country so that you can come and see that I'm real, and that your friends who said no, you were pulling a trick on them by them watching me live on TV, I get a lot of that, can actually see that it's not a trick. You don't look like tricks to me. You all look real to me. None of you are cardboard cutouts. They can actually see I'm real and that my team's real. Next stop, we've been to KZN already this year. Next stop is the Eastern Cape. We're down in Port Elizabeth on the 11th of May. That is like a month away. We need everybody to book their tickets in. They're free, the tickets. Everything at DuePoint is free. Get your tickets booked in now under events on the DuePoint app or events on the website, and then go and book your accommodation and your transport to get there if you're outside of the Eastern Cape. Folks, some people have said, oh, we get free transport and accommodation. No, you don't. You get a free conference, but you're still going to have to pay to get yourself down there. So get yourself down there, book your guests in, get all that done now so we know how big a venue to book. We need to know that now, so get your tickets booked in right now. 11th of May is going to be an awesome, awesome day down in the Eastern Cape. And guys, anyone in the Eastern Cape is invited. Get yourself there. East London, Butterworth, Bella, wherever. You get yourselves to Port Elizabeth on that day. It's going to be a huge, huge day for us as DuePoint down there. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I think that you can see that we are nothing like what you have seen before. This is not another one of those presentations, and you're not going to be carting around cheap knockoff goodies for other people to buy. This evening is about wealth creation. DuePoint is about wealth creation. Our product is wealth creation. And we want all of you to get on board with us. We want you to pick up this tool. Don't put aside your excuses. We understand that this is something very different from what you've done before. None of your excuses we haven't faced before. We've had to. I can list them for you. In fact, we've got training videos on most of them. Folks, this is South Africa's only opportunity for us on the ground to save ourselves economically. There is nothing coming on the horizon that's going to save us. And if there is, let me know. I'd love to know what it is, but I know that there isn't. Tonight, if you do have questions and concerns, come and ask us. Let's give you the answers. But don't this evening walk out from wherever you are without this tool in your hands. It'll cost you nothing tonight. Simply sign up, pick the tool up, and tonight start changing your life, potentially forever. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be live again tomorrow at 12:15. And for the rest of you, I'll see you outside. Thanks.